tight, there's no point in mucking about. Why don't you have another go, you mug? You took your time, mate. Now listen to this. Oh, kids these days. Computers, internet, mobile phones, it drives you mad. Righto, tight, there's no point in mucking about. Why don't you have another go, you mug? You took your time, mate. Now listen to this. Oh, kids these days. Computers, internet, mobile phones, it drives you mad.
Hello. Hello. Good day. Good evening. Good any time of day. Minish. GG on first. Minish! Hi. How's it going? How it go? I should hop into VC. Hold on. I accidentally discovered that you can accidentally like the game keeps reading inputs when you're tabbed out, so like it just like started a vanilla file on accident. You found out why Deathlink wasn't working. Okay, hold on. Let me go get an easy. Ah! Hello. Okay, so what's the deets? What was it?
Okay, so whenever you get a Deathlink message, the JSON that it sends to you has like an array of tags, right?
Yeah.
And my code, I was trying to iterate through that array to see if one of them said Deathlink. Well, it turns out that so I was using K as a variable to iterate through the tags, like.
Oh no.
And okay, so and then when I actually indexed the array, I wrote. No,
You wrote a different. Did you use I?
I used L actually for some reason. I don't know why.
So
And
you...
then because of how I was iterating through it, it was actually L-1, which means it was using -1 as the index.
That's so unfortunate. But that means you found it. That's so good. GG finding it. That's very funny. Oh, man. I'm actually honestly somewhat surprised that, like, the whole game wasn't crashing. Like, that just feels like the kind of thing where the whole game should have been crashing from it.
Yeah, well, I think if it were just Game Maker handling it, it would have, but because it was being handled through an external call to the DLL, I think it was just like I just handled it somehow and then told Game Maker to throw an error.
Yeah, like bad information was being given to that. And then that was just like, we don't know what to do with this, so it threw an error. That makes sense. Alright, what do we think that RMTS stands for? I apparently they have checks available in a level with the name RMTS. Well, how has your day been? Like, I feel like I want to say good. Your day has been good, presumably, because you found the source of the bug. But also, I don't know how long you spent digging through things to find that.
It did not take that long once I opened this just like half an hour ago.
Oh, nice. I'm glad it didn't end up being, like,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna look through the code. And I started commenting things out because it was originally just gonna be like, let's just look at the tags, not worry about the cause or the source. Maybe that'll work. And then I took a closer look at the... that wouldn't have worked because that's not where the problem was. I took a look at where the other part of the code. Just kind of skimmed through it, and I'm like... I saw the L there, and I'm like, where is that being used?
I'm surprised. Like, I guess, so you have to do all this within Game Maker, I'm guessing, as opposed to being able to use, like, a proper IDE?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna say, I can't imagine using an IDE that literally didn't tell you this, because, like, I know when I've worked on stuff in general, I feel like Visual Studio or something will literally say, you are not using this. You know that you didn't use this, right? like it'll just straight up yell at you, saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. I mean, even then, Game Maker does let you read undefined variables. It just defaults it to 0. So Game Maker wouldn't really have a problem with that. But it is really handy for just checking. Like, you can use it to just check if an object has a variable and deciding what to do based on that.
Yeah. Mermaid Labs, hello. I hope you're doing well.
The only time it is a problem is, you can't use only time it became a problem is if you try to like compare a string to an undefined variable, it has a problem with that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And every time I think like, oh, it'll just like default to an empty string, but no, it defaults to 0, and it doesn't like to compare the types.
Yeah, because then it's just number. You're feeling better. Excellent. Feeling better is good. Pretty great to be feeling better, as opposed to feeling worse, which, you know, feeling worse, pretty not great. My allergies, but not my allergies, flared up. Oh, interesting. Is this like a non-common allergy? Like an allergy, but not normal allergy to you? Like, you know, for me, I have... So I have like a mild allergy to general pollens, like grass pollens and tree pollens, and to animal dander. So like I get like itchy mouth and kind of itchiness, and some eye swelling and stuff when I'm exposed to it. Which like I have cats, so I kind of always have it. So I pretty much take allergy meds year round. However, if I get really hit with like a high dose of like tree pollen very quickly, like if I go into like a really like natural grassy area that has a lot of pollen all around or something like that, then I get full eye swelling shut, and technically not like anaphylaxis, but like I do get really bad asthma. Like I don't stop breathing in the like need an emergency room, but I do stop breathing in the I need an inhaler to open up my airwaves. I have non-allergic rhinitis. Feels like allergies, but it's not allergies. Oh, interesting. It does not sound fun. It sounds kind of like the opposite of fun. If I were going to put fun on a scale, well, I guess that wouldn't be the opposite of fun, but it would be pretty close to the opposite of fun. Like, it would be pretty far away. RMTS. Bridge on the River Tide. No. Quick Safari. Snow. Now, none of these... Have I done Bridge? Boater. Yeah, I did do Boater. RMTS. Fix your hearing out. Yeah, I didn't know for years. My sinuses affect my hearing a lot, and only a few years ago discovered that I had a doctor recommend Flonase, and I was like, I don't know, I feel like I have a hearing issue, but I'd had my hearing tested, and they were like, well, your hearing is fine, but like things would be muffled and just all kinds of stuff. And then my doctor was like, have you tried Flonase for that? And I was like, no, that didn't make any sense to me. They're like, you should try it. And I tried that, and I was surprised when that actually helped. So now I have to do Flonase for hearing. Not saying same thing. I am just like reflecting, like that just reminded, like, yeah. Neti Pot. I've avoided Neti Pot. It's also a thing that gets recommended all the time. Like, maybe I'll have to finally try at some point, though. My sinuses are so terrible. So it's like, I probably should try. Rex marks the spot. Oh, RMTS. We found it. We found RMTS. You're allergic to Flonase. Oh, no.
Sharks and sea mines. There's never a dull moment in the Great Barrier Reef. Just don't forget to slap on the old sunscreen.
That's terrible.
G'day, Ty. Rex and I are looking for pirate treasure.
You know, my Hollow Knight world only needs
Sweet.
I only need Grimchild and Voidheart to
And it
my Hollow
shows
Knight
where
world.
Wedgwood's
Nice.
treasure is
Pretty
buried.
exciting.
Wedgwood's treasure.
Thought it would take longer since, you know, it was a
Fierce
god
pirate
helmet.
who ruled the southern seas.
True.
But he left
Granted,
pirating to
it's,
try something
you know,
even more cutthroat.
I think I'm still missing all three pieces of Voidheart, I think. I mean, it still might take a while.
Legend has it that he buried his treasure on one of these islands. I couldn't decipher the entire map, but I think it's some sort of treasure hunt that starts on Crab Island. Could you take a look for me?
Sure, no worries.
Thanks, Darl.
You would think that Crab Island would look like a crab on the map. Yeah, I
I think
think...
it kind of looks like a crab, like, after you step on it.
Yeah, for Ty, in order to beat Ty, I need... I have to beat the final boss, but I can't beat the final boss until I've beaten the other bosses. And I think I've only beaten one. I don't even know where all the bosses are. But...
Oh, fake Thai fan.
I don't understand. How is this fake Thai fan? I have stated from the get-go that I have not played Thai since it came out. It came out like 20 years ago.
Can't believe this.
Also,
Poser.
right before starting stream, I learned a fun Thai trivia. So I had said the other day, I only knew about Thai 1 and 2. Because I think... Was it Try that mentioned that, like, 1, 2, and 4 were on, like, a bundle sale or something? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I think so.
Um,
Also, I looked at the bundles. Like, at least the bundle on Steam has Thai 3.
yeah,
So
I don't know which... I don't know if it was a Steam bundle they were referring to, honestly.
Fair enough.
Hello, Agent Hero. Herbo. I did it again. I skipped letters. But hello. This is Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger. It's a great game. I played it 20 years ago, and supported some development of it when it was being ported, because it was a really cool way it was ported. And then saw that an Archipelago randomizer was had been created for it, and the dev of that has been really cool, and pushing a lot of updates recently and stuff. And it is a really easy mod manager. They literally said one day, like last month, I'm gonna make a mod manager to make playing the Archipelago really easy. And then the next week they were like, I'm almost done with this whole new mod manager. And yeah, it works really well. They also posted recently that they're working out how to set up so that you can do an online co-op. So before they created the Archipelago for it, the current person who's like been working on it, Matt, they were known for creating like a multiplayer mod for it. And now they're basically trying to fuse the two mods so that there's a version of the Thai Archipelago that like lets you play multiplayer so that either player can be like getting checks. It's very cool sounding. Speaking of which, Minish, hey, what are your thoughts? Next Archipelago we both do, if this is up and running, do co-op Thai.
Oh. I mean, I've never played Thai before.
Yeah, I hadn't played it in 20 years. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I haven't played it in 30.
Anyway, Yeah. So the fun trivia I learned right before stream. I knew that they had ported the game, and I'd like follow along with development of that. What I did not know is that before porting TIE 1 through 3, which again I didn't even know about 3, they apparently, the developers of this, they had kind of decided they wanted to port the games to Steam, but it was going to cost them way too much to do that. So instead what they did is they made a kind of small little 2D TIE game called TIE 4, and they put TIE 4 on Steam and basically said, hey, if we're able to get enough money from TIE 4 sales, we're going to use that money to start porting TIE 1, because we would really like to port the games, but we just can't afford to do that. Like, it costs so much to do that. So TIE 4 is like a really small 2D TIE-inspired game, basically, by the TIE developers. And then they just use the sales of that to fund them porting TIE. And then they use the sales of porting TIE 1 to port TIE 2. And TIE 2, I know they added a bunch of stuff and then ported TIE 3. I just think it's very funny. Their whole methodology of this was just very, very funny, I thought. Okay. Anyway, we gotta collect things. I'm trying to decide where I want to go to collect things. Oh, well, there's people up there. Let's go up there.
G'day, Ty. Elle and I have been looking for treasure.
Bonza!
We've discovered the secret location of Parrotbeard's long-lost booty. It's inside this cave, but there's a problem.
What sort of problem?
A big 8-legged one.
8 legs? Oh, no! Oh, I hate spiders.
Well, you're in luck, doll. It's a giant octopus.
Could you keep it busy while we gather the treasure? Good on you,
All right.
mate. Keep that 8-legged beast busy. Shoot the tentacles!
How many trips do you have to get to... Oh, you're going again. Okay. Nope. Oh god, if you're trying to get all that treasure, this is gonna take a long time. Oh no. You're doomed. Oh no. I hate icky things! Wait, is the octopus icky? I don't think that this is it. They discovered birth defects and diagnosis. I'm missing part of my brain. Oh no! Rip brain part.
You kept that giant octopus off our backs.
We couldn't have done it without you, doll.
So here's your share.
Wicked!
We stole a bunch of money. We're gonna give you a singular. I think that would have been a thunder egg.
What happened?
Eight-legged bugs. Well, I mean, it was, it was an octopus. Found the exited level. Perfect. Oh? Octopi are pretty cool. I agree. The double bite. Yes, I did. Oh no. Oh, I should have just finished jumping. That's okay. I didn't realize I was going to a lower platform at first. If you googled the game, it's a great game. Okay, here's the thing. I mentioned this earlier. Have not played this game in like 20 years. I enjoyed this game a lot when I was younger. I did not own this game when I was younger. I played it on a vacation. I was on vacation with some extended family, basically. And my cousin had this game. Had basically just started, for all intents and purposes, had not really done anything in the game because he was very bad at games. And he was like, hey, can you help me with this part of this game? And I was like, sure. And then I beat that part, and he was like, oh yes, let's just go through the whole thing. So we, quote-unquote, played it co-op, where basically I just played through the game and he wanted to watch the game. Which I was fine with. I was like, okay. So, over the course of this vacation, it was a week-long vacation. Over the course of this, I 100%ed the game. And he was like, yes, this is perfect. And didn't play it again after that. But I was like, wow, that was a fun game. And I knew that Tai 2 existed. But yeah, I didn't know a Tai 3 was ever made or anything. Reminds me, yeah, so this game was made, basically if I remember correctly, it was basically some Australian game developers that were like, well, we could make a game like Banjo-Kazooie or Spyro, like that kind of collect-a-thon-y game with a kind of edgy, fun character, but they wanted to make an Australian version. That was basically the whole premise, and then they made this game. And it's great. It's perfect. Look at how many boomerangs we have. I love the boomerang menu. The boomerang menu is so good. I do really want to know. I'm gonna have to figure out where to ask, like, general, like, Archipelago setup questions. Because I'm wondering how reasonable it would be to kind of set something up where, I could run a rando, and the boomerangs of games would just get shuffled. Where, like, the boomerangs from Tai get put into the like, Zelda games that have boomerangs. And then the Zelda game boomerangs get put where the boomerang checks are for this game. I just think that would be really funny. And I don't know, mostly funny. That's it. That's about it. I hear a thing, but I don't see a thing. Oh. Why did you look so weird? Interesting. You, like, didn't render correctly.
Oh my gosh, you found all the opals.
I did not find all the opals!
I don't know, that's what Steam said.
Look, that one's not rendering correctly either. Oh, it's using, like, the farther away rendering for some reason. Ow! Oh my gosh. There we go. Gotta bite that crab. I don't know if Beaver's has ever done that. So, like, I think we could do... I think you can assign... I think you might need to, like, do, like, a fake thing. Like... I think you have to assign items to, like, a group. Because what I don't want to do is Plando it. Plando would technically let you do that, but it would require you to, like, hand do it all. But I don't want to know, like, I wouldn't want anyone to know where anything was. So...
Wait, for what?
Well, what I want to do is I want to assign any boomerangs in games to all be part of, like, a boomerang group, and then shuffle the boomerang group, like, specifically, so that all boomerangs are in the locations of other boomerangs.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's possible without Plando.
I think it is. I think you can do, like, item grouping.
Maybe? I don't know.
I think you can. I feel like you can. My soul tells me you can.
I mean, there might be a boomerang item group or something, but you would also need a location group. And... yeah, I don't know. I don't think current Archipelago is set up to allow for this kind of thing.
Maybe not.
Ahoy there, matey. If ye be searching for old Wedgwood's treasure, then an anchor-shaped rock will give ye pleasure.
I guess what I know is that I know that you can link items together, but then that makes it so that when anyone gets that item, anyone with the item link also gets it. And then you can do some things like collective pools of items, where, like, you know, like for Hollow Knight, like people do that with grubs, or I think Beavers and Peepus are doing that for what is going on over there? For the something in, like, the Banjo games, I think.
Yeah, Banjo Tooie. The something trust fund.
Yeah. So, like, there's that where basically it's kind of like an item link. It's a little bit different, I think, but it's where, like, all of the... Well, actually, maybe it's functionally the same thing as an item link. It's just an item link for something that has a pool, as opposed to, like, a singular item. But maybe, I mean, maybe it's just basically the exact same as item link. BRB, water changing, water CR30, water changing, performing necromancy. Good luck, necromancy. I hope it's a good necromancy. I don't like these cogs in this game. There's like cogs that are just, aha, we've hidden a cog in the middle of nowhere. And I just don't, I don't think that's great collectathon, like, designing. Like, putting something at the end of a platforming challenge could. Putting something in the middle of nowhere, if something guides you to that location for some reason, that's good. But putting something in the middle of nowhere and then saying, if you just decided to come to the middle of nowhere, you find a goodie. I don't like that because a lot of times you might just think you've already been to an area. Like, I don't... If there's nothing to cause me to go there, and there's nothing that indicates, like, I don't know. That was my issue on, like, the shipwreck level. There's just a bunch of spots where I didn't even realize I hadn't been somewhere. I thought I had been. We got 3 flowers. Which flower do we think is the correct flower? This one. Well, it was a correct flower. I don't know where the other 2 take me, but that one certainly brought me to the place I'd want to go. Where do the other ones bring us? Ah, in the middle of the water. Of course, that makes sense. There's just that chest over there.
What is this pathetic doggy paddle you're doing?
We don't talk about the pathetic doggy paddle. I don't know. So, like, I can't dive like this. I don't know if there's a different, like, collectible I'm supposed to have to be able to dive like this. I can only dive if I jump first. But the game implies that I should be able to dive like that. So I think there's just a upgrade, because I think maybe you're supposed to learn how to dive like this. So I think I'm missing the regular go underwater.
Those frills drive me nuts. They have been tearing around the neighborhood for the last week, causing all sorts of strife. If you can make them stop, I've got a present for you.
Okay, it's a deal.
Okay, this does not seem to be working. What am I supposed to be doing to these guys? Oh! Alright. Zappy ring. No? And does Zappy ring? Does it specifically have to be Zappy ring before they, like, try and drop explosives? Think so.
Or maybe you switch to Zappy Ring right on their last hit.
That
Or
would be
not.
funny if that's what happened. I don't know.
hear what? That wonderful silence. Nothing. Ah, thanks. Well, I'll be off. Oh, yeah, your reward. Will this do? I don't know what it is, but sure is pretty. You beauty!
You beauty! Like, finish running around this island just in case there's something else here that I didn't skip. Give it. Give it. Oh no. Ow. Oh. Oh. Give it. Give it. I like the biting. You know, the biting, very good ability. Just really gotta use those chompers. Just... Sounds like there's another one. It's definitely this one.
Holy shit, Eddie finally got Mantis Claw.
Oh my god. I've heard that it likes movement in Hollow Knight.
Yeah. I heard that it likes Hollow Knight.
That is also true. It loves Hollow Knight. I wonder how much the domain, like, eddieloveshollowknight.org would cost. Because I bet you it's pretty cheap, on account of it's absurdly long. Ow! 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 Who put spikes there and why? Oh my god, I'm gonna die to these spikes. I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing to these spikes. Can I freeze? No. That's not freeze. No. No, well, we died. I listened to Lenny. That's a funny death message.
Yeah, you know, maybe you shouldn't be too confident with your didgeridoo.
I can didgeridoo whatever I didgeridoo want to.
No.
Okay, I don't know if this is the intended thing or not, but it seems like on all these I can kind of like hop over the sides of them slightly. No, no! Nope, don't touch the lava. The model for this just stopped. Uh-oh. Can we not jump back up there? What the hell is going on? Perfect. Well, we can't get... Oh. Well... It does not come back. That's very sad. What? Why? I got up there. It's very rude. I did get that while I was down there, right? Yeah. Four things left to do here. Wait. Oh no.
Oh no?
Wait. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I was looking at the wrong one. There's way more than four things left to do here. Oh, how we get on pillars? Talk to me, box.
Avast, ye landlubber. Old Island is home to the very next clue. So hurry on up, is what she must do.
One up there. I feel like the implication is that I get up there from getting on that other pillar. But I don't see how I get on that pillar. We left some huts like this alive on a different island because I didn't realize I could break them. They might contain important things. I wonder what the hint for this is. So, because all the cogs have a hint. Let's see. In the Archie menu. You. What was this level called? R or something. Rex March Spot. It just tells us Anchor Island.
that rhyme to give ye a smile, then coconut shores will surely beguile.
Buska! Hi, Buska. Ty's going pretty well. I don't know how to get... There's a collectible over there that I don't know how to get. But I figure I'll probably figure it out while I'm doing other stuff. How are you doing today, Buska? How's it busking? I'm also spoiled by, we get some live battery content today. So that's pretty nice. Why is this not coming back? I saw this moving earlier. What was causing that to move? Like, I know that I saw that moving earlier. Oh, there's a boot on there. Hold on. Now, ended up playing Stardew with a friend for like 8 hours. Nice, the classic Stardew experience. Now lying in bed while watching funny boomerang game. It's true. So many boomerangs in this game. Love it. How good has this game been in terms of async? I would say pretty good. I mean, so async or swim is notably an async multi-world with the expectation that it's going to last a month. Considering how slow I have been at this game, I'm getting like a level done, like a stream session, which is, you know, about 2 hours. Like, it's perfect. It's perfect because I am not going very quickly. When I know where everything is, it would obviously go faster, but even then, this game is kind of like everything is very spaced. There are these really big open, like, levels. So just traversing the levels is pretty slow. God, I don't know how you're supposed to get across this, but we're just gonna hop. Honestly, the only thing I haven't liked about the game so far, if I leave a level, so we're collecting these gems, right, these opals. There's, I think, 300 in every level. If I leave a level with any of them uncollected, then it does not remember which ones I did collect. They all get placed back again. So I have to get them all at once. Which is like, I guess it's fine knowing that, but like, I didn't know it at first, and so I decided to leave a level. Actually, there's 2 levels that I've left. But one I accidentally left and came back to, and that's when I discovered it. The first one I purposely left, and I was like, oh, I'll come find him later. I haven't been back to the first level. But the second level, I accidentally quit and came back to and discovered that, and I was like, well, heck. There is a cheat code for the game that draws these lines to all the gems. I am using that cheat code because it's really easy to visually miss them. The problem is the cheat code does not actually draw like a line to all of them, because if they're in a container, the cheat code does not draw lines to containers. So one of the levels I was missing them in, they were in a box and I could not find the box anywhere. So, like, yeah, so they're, like, right here. So this box contains more of the gem things, the opals. But there's no, like, line to it from the little line drawing thing. So, basically, if I didn't see this box now, if I accidentally ran past it, then I would need to scour this whole world for this one box. Oh, interesting. In a previous level, you had to hit these coconuts to make them fall down, so that you could get on them. But apparently in this level you cannot shake them out of the tree.
Yo ho ho! Deep underwater is where ye must go. To a shipwreck called Janie to see the next show.
Is battery wrapping up? I can't tell if battery's wrapping up. I saw Colette say thanks for stream, but I thought battery was just gonna take a break.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe he decided he was actually just gonna call it.
Maybe.
I've definitely thought I was gonna take a break, and then realized after getting up, like, I don't know why this is a break. I can't, like, do more. Like I realized that it's not a break I need. It's to, like, end like, playing. So I'm wondering if battery is having one of those. What? The... I know, there's a caged boy. Okay, so we have to time the... I see. I see. Boom! Perfect. Boom! Oh, we sent a singular rupee to Wolf. Excellent.
Oh my gosh, you found all the bilbies.
Yeah. I think we went on that area. I think. It's gonna bother me if I don't go check. See, that looks like something I just need a frosty rag. Miss Eagle Eyes! Hello, I hope you're doing well tonight. Oh. There's a button under there. Probably hitting this button brought this platform over to the water's edge, so I didn't need a frosty ray. But that sounds boring. If you're not frosty raying, what are you even doing? You know? You know? You know? You know? Okay, battery ended. I need to switch. I have a battery. The battery tab. I need to switch. We can leave a Kerr tab open in support, but I can't watch Kerr because Kerr's playing Rain World. So we'll have a supportive tab open. Boom. Alright. I exist, you know, trying to step up an appointment with an academic advisor. Nice. I do understand the big mood of I exist. It is very relatable. You know, I interpreted step up an appointment as like I interpreted as set up an appointment but try and make it happen sooner rather than later. Like maybe at first there was an appointment scheduled for like in a few months, but you wanted to schedule it more closer to now. That brought us to here. We're missing a bunch of our things. What? We're missing a thingy from there. I think that eel knocked us away from them. Oh no, that was just in the land. We just straight up jumped over one. Whoops. Whoopsies. I don't see anything up there. I don't remember jumping up there, but I also don't see anything up there, so... Oh, maybe the button made that platform go to there. So I was supposed to do that jumping. That, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I love the music in this game. The music reminds me a lot of like the Spyro music, but like more upbeat or something. I don't know. What? Very good. We gotta go over to that shipwreck. But first, I have a golden cog to uncover. Oh god, do we just have a terrible cycle? Terrible. Awful. No appointment scheduled as of yet. Bunch of career transition ideas. I need additional education. Yeah. Alright. So one of the things I've been wanting to do for like 2 years now. Oh, is that our opportunity? I really want to transition into a desk job. I work in retail pharmacy. Retail pharmacy is very, very labor intensive. And it's just very, like, it's a lot physically. It's very physically demanding. Over the years of doing it, I've learned to do a lot of, like, billing stuff. And, like, learning how to do, like, medical billing and to get very good at it is, like, a very valuable skill set. The problem is that that skill set primarily translates to, like, working for insurance companies. And I do not want to work for an insurance company.
From island to island, you glided, jumped, and swam. Now return to the start to see where I am.
But, like, a lot of pharmacy technicians that become good at the job and eventually want to transition to, like, desk job work, they transition into working for insurance companies. But no, I don't I don't want to do that. So I need to figure out somewhere I could transition to. I don't know. I thought about maybe attempting to look into working for, like, the state insurance, like Medicaid for the state. I think that might be nice. I like the idea. I definitely never... it's very difficult for me to motivate myself to work on, like, resume and stuff, though. Mostly because, like, I don't want a piece of paper to talk about. I just want to talk to someone and be like, hey, I'm very good at this job. If you want to, like, talk about stuff, we can talk about stuff. Like, you can ask me questions. I'll answer questions. I don't know what I'm going to put on a piece of paper. Are coding and billing generally joint or a bit separate? Well, there's not really any coding in it. So, like, a lot of medical billing involves, like, just being able to identify... So, because, like, there's so many insurance companies, and different insurance companies want different things, recognizing the different codes, like ICD-10 codes and stuff, which are, like, the national codes for diagnosis. It might even be international codes. I don't know. But then just submitting things correctly, like a lot of data entry related things, you know, or just making sure you actually do it correctly is like a whole thing, because a lot of people don't do things correctly. And then knowing what to do, there's like a bunch of like subcode fields for things, and so knowing how to deal with responses you get when doing billing. You know, a lot of the medical billing, at least that I have experience with, is honestly just knowing how to interpret messages from insurance companies, because a lot of people read the message and literally don't understand what the message is trying to tell them. So, like, just being able to read the message and say, okay, you break this response up into these parts. It's telling you, you know, like, however many things, these are the things that it's telling you. And then how to address each thing to fix the billing.
I couldn't decipher the entire map, But I think it's some sort of treasure hunt that starts on Crab Island. Good luck, doll.
I don't know why I didn't jump into swim in swim mode.
You did it! You found Wedgwood's treasure.
You've searched far and wide, you landlubber ye. Now here be me treasure, so go, let me be.
Ugh. Well, one thing's for certain.
Yeah, what's that?
Wedgwood was a pirate, not a poet.
Yeah, had a boat and couldn't row it.
Well, look at that. A thunder egg. Who would have guessed?
You little ripper!
Excellent. Thunder egg acquired. Oh, I didn't mean to get up from the water.
What are your legs?
Steel flippers.
What are they gonna do?
Hurl me through the water. I hope.
Ho-ho, let's race!
That was so silly. Oh my god. No! No, he's zooming so quick. Oh, we're never gonna catch up. Oh no, we're doomed. We're doomed. This is it. No, 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 no. Quit. Quit it. Quit it. Quit it. Quit being so good at running. No. No. That was not ideal. No, no, no. Stop it. Stop it. Stop moving. Stop running so fast. No, no. Can you trip? Can you trip maybe? No, 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 no. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, you're taking a very wide turn for that. That's appreciated. I don't think I need to go under there. I think it's faster for me to run around here. I'm so slow in the water. Nope. No, stop it. Stop it. No, no, no. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, I'll be a sea monkey's uncle. You beat me. You're a corker of a swimmer, mate.
I avoided swimming as much as
You
possible.
deserve this.
Sweet.
Okay, so we need Cog9, and we need the opals. Cog9 isn't the opals, right? Like, those are always separate? That's a separate thing? Collectible. Cog9. Oh, it's the Anchor Island one. I don't know how to get the Anchor Island one. Okay, let's go check here. These were some of the huts we didn't. I forgot to jump in the water probably again. That should have counted as diving. I disagree. So we're missing 15 thingies. So, where did we stand up? Okay. No, stand. We stood on ground for a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. No. Come on. Come on. You were literally rotting on the ground. Oh, I think it's just whether or not the tide is in or out. I see. The tide. Hey, Noita. Wait a
You
second.
should try Noita.
You mean to tell me it said try Noita has connected, and then Eddie shows up? I've never seen Eddie and Try in the same room. I think
Oh, you bring up a good point.
Yeah. Also, hello, Eddie. And possibly Try, who is the same person, maybe, according to this new all the rage conspiracy theory. How you doing today? How has your, like, internet been? Did your internet come back, I guess, is really the question. I hope your internet came back. I, like, assume it did, but also, who knows? I heard you initially, though, so it sounded like you said Noita out of nowhere with no fault. Oh! Yeah, I think that was probably actually right before you would have got here, maybe. It said try connected with Noita, and I said, try Noita. And then I didn't say anything for a moment. And then I looked down at the chat, and I saw that you had joined. It was back in the morning. Nice. Alright, I need to dive. I can't talk to you if I don't dive. Where can I dive here? Here.
So,
Okay, you don't have... You're just grateful. If I were 3 crates, where would I be? That's crate! That's what Tony the Tiger would say while looking for crates. Trust me. Ugh, gratefulness. I know. It's terrible. I don't want them to be grateful. I want them to tell... There's 2 things I need to do in this level. One is find 15 opals, which, since I don't see any green bars on the horizon, it means that they're in a crate. Which, there's like, I think 5 opals in a crate, so there's like 3 crates that I'm missing, probably all in one little cluster, because I put clusters of 3. And then there's 1 cog, but I don't actually know how to get that 1 cog. I know where it is, I just couldn't figure out a way to get to it. So, we're gonna have to go back there. I kind of thought maybe something somewhere else would activate it. But... Alright, I'm not seeing... I think we've pretty thoroughly swept this island, and I'm not seeing any crates on this island. I think it's time to go to the next island. I thought there was one over here. Okay, there's not an island over here, so we need to go this way. exit of the one little area. That's not a crate, is it? Maybe? That might be the crate. Hold on. I think crates do render from really far away. So that could... Oh no, I didn't mean to go to the surface. That's either a crate that we're seeing, or it's one of the outhouses. Because the outhouses, their little spawn points are kind of crate-shaped. Great! Thank you! Alright. Now, dear Thai developers, I may disagree with the fact that the cheat code doesn't show me where the crates are. And I may even disagree a little bit that there's not an in-game way to just know where the things I'm missing are, because, like, you know, huge open space, very hard to navigate through the whole thing, and I just need to find these, like, random little things. However, I will say, I very much appreciate that the crates have, like, are always on in rendering distance. So, like, the fact that we were standing way over there where we, like, can't see almost anything, and we could still see the crate. We couldn't see the trees, but we could see the crate. Please have 15? No, see, that's only 5. That's... The problem is, I needed you to have 15. Is that another crate? Hold on. Hold on. We might see another crate. There could be another crate on this island. Okay. So what we're gonna do... I don't think I... Yeah. So we're just gonna have to do the hops. Okay. There might be another crate over here. There's an enemy. Ooh, there's a few of them. Okay. I don't know if we actually explored this little island. Let's murder these people. Kill these murderers dead! Alright. Any crates? Any crates? All games need a bite. Okay. So, number one thing. Every game needs a dedicated ragdoll button. Ragdoll button, very, very good. The next most important thing, all games need a dedicated bite button. Biting, very good. Like, look at this. Look at that bite. Wait, can we soup? What the fuck is this? I had no idea I could do that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think maybe collecting 100 opals lets you do that? I don't know. I hadn't done that before. It says we have one more of those. And it's in the opal field, so maybe. Huh. Okay, well, this is what I thought was a crate, but this was the other one of the chests. So not a crate, unfortunately. I do want to go back to that island, because that is where one of the missing crates was. But while we're over here, I would like to go over here, because this is where the missing cog is. I'm just gonna swim around the island in case there's some, like, button or something. Like, what if you had a button? One of the things I think I both love and hate about this game is that there's a lot of stuff where the game just literally, I feel like, doesn't tell you anything, and I do like that. At the same time, I feel like I didn't figure out something, and so it's like, I would like to know how to get that. And I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to do to get it. I can't jump from here. It feels like I'm supposed to be able to get onto this spot. But, like, none of my trying to scale this seems to be doing it. Like, we can get onto this, which feels questionable as to whether or not I'm supposed to, but from this, I can't get on there. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, well, I didn't think I could. Here's the thing. I didn't think I could make... So, it turns out we could just make that and there wasn't some extra secret to it this whole time. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, you know. We were just being a doofus. That's okay. Alright, we need to go back to this island. This island. Somewhere. Hopefully. So, a skill issue. It was, in fact, like, a pure... The worst part is, it wasn't even, like, normal skill issue. Because, like, it wasn't a skill, I feel like. It was just me not, like, realizing I could do something. I didn't even try to do it, because I didn't think I could do it. Lemonade! Wait, Miss Eagle Eyes, did you make lemonade? Did you make some lemonade? I have. I don't know if I mentioned this. I haven't tried it yet. So on my birthday, what's not pickled?
Candied?
Candied, yes. We candied some lemons, right? Well, I didn't, I sent lemonade. I didn't watch what check. I never. This is probably a very selfish behavior, but I almost never actually look at what I'm sending out. Mostly, like, it's not intentionally selfish. It's mostly that, I'm usually watching the game, and I don't see whatever the message is. Like, it just... Like, I feel, like, blind to it. Sometimes if there hasn't been a message in a while, I'll see it, but not usually. But anyway, so we candied some lemons, and then I decided to save the syrup, I guess. Like to candy something, you essentially bring to, like, just under a boil, or just barely a boil, just the tiniest little bit of boil, like equal parts sugar and water, and then you put the things in. So we put slices of lemon in, and then you reduce that to, like, simmer, like, you reduce the temperature, and then you just let it sit in that for, like, a while. So these lemons all just sat in the sugar water for a while, bubbling up. And then, you know, we took all the lemons out. And I decided to save that, because I'm like, that's basically, like, concentrated lemonade, right? Like this sugar syrup, where it just had a bunch of lemon soaking in it, is functionally, like, I feel like if I just add some water to this, that's lemonade, right? I think so. So I don't know, I have it in a container in my fridge, because I was like, you know, that seems like it'd be a nice, like, afternoon drink, or evening drink when I don't, well, I don't know, I guess I don't want a bunch of sugar in the evening, but when I don't want caffeine, if I don't want caffeine, and I do want sweet lemon drink, that seems like I could just add some water to it for sweet lemon drink. I'm not seeing additional crates on this island. Banana lemonade, but I like it tart. Yeah. So, like, I prefer limeade, and limeade I feel like is usually more on the tart side. That might be part of why I haven't done anything with this syrup yet, because I'm like, it's gonna be too sweet on its own. Even if I add water to it, it's still probably gonna be too sweet. Like, I probably need more lemon and or lime. Part of me is thinking maybe I'll get some limes. Oh, what if... I wonder if I could just candy stuff in it again. I probably could, right? If it's the right concentration. I could probably bring it to a boil again, and then throw limes in and candy some limes. And then it would just keep getting more concentrated, right? I don't know how this works. Like, what if... I just feel like this is a win-win scenario. I get candied limes, and I get more, like, citrus going on. Food science, yeah. I'm always so scared of, like, food science on my own. What's something Ty would say right now? You... Ripper. You Ripper! Alright. Okay, here's the annoying thing about that crate right there. I started circling this island from the other side. I weren't around, and right there, I decided to go to this island because that's where we could see. That's where we could see over there. Oh no, that's where we could see the other chest. I didn't finish going on this island because we saw a chest over there. Little did I know that distracted me from finishing the loop around this island, where there is in fact another chest. Not chest, crate. Anyway, I don't do a lot of food experimenting on my own, which sucks because that's one of the things that I think makes you more confident with, like, cooking. The problem is, I really, really don't like to waste food. And Torny and I are both kind of picky about food. Like, I'm significantly less picky, but, like, the thing is, like, I am very averse to certain flavors and stuff. Like, I am open to a lot of things, but, like, I definitely will have food where there's just one aspect of the food I don't like, and so I'll just throw out a whole lot of food because of this one aspect. I mean, this actually, like, this has happened a few times. Like, I've experimented with chili. I make homemade chili every now and then. And I love homemade chili because it's relatively cheap. I do it in my Instant Pot so I can use dry beans. I use dry beans, throw in a bunch of stuff. I experimented a lot. We combined, like, a bunch of different kind of recipe suggestion things until I got, like, something that I liked a lot. And at one point, I think I didn't have something on hand. I don't remember what led to this, but at one point I did make something about it differently. And we ended up making this whole batch of chili that neither of us really liked. And it was like a huge pot. And I was like, I don't want to waste it, so I'll eat some of it. But, like, I couldn't really make it taste the way I really liked, so we ended up tossing, like, most of it. And I was just like, God, this is just so much to just get rid of. Like, I hate that. Not that anyone likes throwing food away, but I think there's a lot of people that care a lot less about doing so than I do. Like, I don't know. It's one of the things that made, like, getting over, like, overeating issues an issue. Because, you know, the classic, if you have food, you gotta eat the food, don't waste your food. Which then leads to really bad overeating issues, where just because you have a food, you feel obligated to eat a food, even if you don't want food. Which I would argue is still wasting the food. Like, I think, eating food when you don't need food is just as wasteful as throwing the food out. But it's really hard to accept that when you spend your whole life not thinking like that. You know? Let me just jump over this. Anyway, that being said, you gotta try food science in order to find new things you like. So, like, I don't know. If you don't want to be stuck eating the same things over and over again, or if you don't want to cook, like, I find myself not cooking as much as I would like to, and in part, it's because of, you know, these same fears. So it's like, okay, gotta get over that. Gotta cook more in order to have varied options for cooking, so that you don't get tired of the same food that you make. Ugh, why is existing so complicated? Like, goodness gracious. We've been lobbing. That's okay. Ooh, I shouldn't jump into that. Stop. Thank you. Adulting is hard. Like, don't get me wrong. What was it came up the other day? Yesterday? I forgot who said it, but someone was like, man, don't you just wish you could, like, go back to being a kid? And I'm like, no. Like, I didn't say anything, because, like, you know, sometimes that's what someone wants. But, like, honestly, the benefits of being an adult that I have are so much better than than my childhood. Despite all of the terrible stuff you have to deal with as an adult and, like, decision making. Like, dang, do I love living on my own, not living under my parents' household. Like, oh man, is that so much better for me mentally too. I was very depressed when I was younger. Still definitely have some issues, but, like, not the same issues. I had a lot of trouble eating enough for a long time and cooking for something, and I would typically try one thing over and over again until I got it right. Even though I've been cooking for years and years, only have less than a dozen recipes I'm probably confident. Yeah, same. There's, like, if we're gonna take aside simple, like, just meals that don't really involve cooking, like marinating chicken and then making the, like, baking the chicken, right? Like, that's not really, like, real meals.
Business grub.
Bjorto! Hello, Bjorto. Thank you for resubscribing for 25 months. That's a lot of months. Oh my god, that's like
Just over 2 years.
well, that's like what, a quarter of 100 months. Quarter of a sentence. There's probably a better mathy word to use that I can't think of right now.
Quarter a century?
Quarter of a cent a month? Sentence. But yeah, there's like a handful of stuff that I'll make. Chili's one of them. Chili I'm proud of, because the chili that I make is basically a recipe that I more or less made up. I just looked at a ton of chili recipes. I looked through a lot of, like, because the whole thing that I wanted to do, and I couldn't really find a lot of information on it, but I wanted to make chili in my Instant Pot using dry beans. I was like, I love the idea of buying dry beans and having dry beans at home, and then being able to make the dry beans into, like, edible food very quickly. Like, that was, like, the #1 selling point of getting an Instant Pot, was the ability to do that. So, the problem is I couldn't find any recipes for making chili from dry beans that were like using an Instant Pot, like the way I want to do it. I did, however, find recipes for like just making, like turning dry beans into regular beans with your Instant Pot. So basically I was like, okay, well, we combine this idea, and then I looked through different chili recipes to see what things they had in common, and then like instant pot recipes versus non-instant pot recipes to see like what kind of things I need. And I ended up like coming up with a general idea that I liked for a chili recipe. Man, something is like rendering off and on over there. And then we eventually just tried something, and it turned out to be mostly okay. I definitely didn't put enough seasonings in the first one that I made for like how much ended up coming up. So like in the leftovers of it, we just added a bunch more seasonings and it came out okay. So then we like tweaked it and made it again like a month later, and eventually we got down to something that's pretty good, and we both like it a lot. So now we have that written down somewhere, and it's the chili that I make every now and then. There's other things I make. Most things I make are just so simple, though. I don't make very many complicated things. Pros of being adulthood: independence. Cons of adulthood. See, yeah. It's exactly 2 years since Twitch starts at 1. Oh my gosh, that's true. Oh, that's true. You know, I hadn't even considered that. Twitch does start at 1. Yeah. Oh my gosh, 2 years. That's so many years. It's 2 of them. Which, I mean, I haven't even been streaming that long. I mean, I have been streaming that. I've only been streaming a little over 2 years, so that's like the entire time I've been streaming, basically. There's such a small kitchen that I hate cooking, even though I know I would eat better if it did. Yeah. Our kitchen, this is one of the things that kind of bothers me. Prior to breaking my hand, I was doing like some medium amounts of cooking. And then I broke my hand. And then while my hand was broken, I couldn't really like cook. And Torny doesn't really cook. I did walk her through making a few things, so like we made a handful of things. And there's some stuff she'll do. Like we do, we call it sloppy dough. We do manwich. We both like manwich a lot. So we do manwich somewhat regularly. And all you do is brown beef. And we did tweak this because we also add, we mix TVP in with our, like whenever we're browning beef for anything, we mix TVP in it. Which, I mean, you get like more end results. You get more of the protein. And the TVP is just significantly more filling. It's like pure protein. So, yeah, Bjordo, I super recommend, if you can find TVP, if you don't have any.
Red Mill.
Yeah, but if you can find it in an actual store near you, like, that's the way to go. We could not find it. We checked all of the stores close to us. They were saying they would carry it. None of them actually had any in stock, so we ended up buying it online. We could only buy it in like a 4-pack, so we got a ton of it, but it's so cheap. So TVP is textured vegetable protein, and yeah, it is soy. It's essentially dehydrated soy that's been pressed and broken up into like ground beef like segments. A lot of the fast food industry actually started using it a few years back because it's really inexpensive. Like compared to actual ground beef, it's really, really inexpensive. And you can mix it with ground beef and you basically don't notice. Well, in a lot of cases, like anytime you would get ground beef and it seems like a little softer and you're like, I don't know why it's softer. It's probably mixed with TVP. Like, it's like it's become a very common like thing that's done in food stuff because it is just so inexpensive, and it when mixed with beef especially, you just don't really notice, like, depending on amounts you're doing and stuff and how well it's mixed. But Torny and I, when we first started using it, we did just a little bit mixed in. Once we did like a lot more mixed in, and we noticed that, and then we're like, oh, But then over time, I think we've like definitely been able to add more and more, and it hasn't like. We definitely don't know. Like like we could visually notice it sometimes when we added a bunch, but I think now we're both pretty used to it. But tend to avoid soy because that affects my hormone levels. Oh, interesting. We were just talking earlier about reducing meat consumption for financial and ethical. Yes, that is. Bjordo, that's basically where this all started. So we started getting it because, oh my god, what's her name? In Oak Court. Because, I'm blanking on their name. Oh my gosh, who is it?
Who are they?
What?
What's their vibe? What's their role? What kind of stuff do they do?
Those are all great questions. No. Oh my god, this is really gonna bother me. Hold on. One moment. One moment. One moment. Lep! It was Lep! Who I believe is currently Hollow Knight, any percent, No Major Glitches record holder. Like, world record holder, I believe. Anyway. Yeah, Lep, like, I think about a year ago now, maybe a year and a half ago. Lep, for the same reason, was like, you know, I've been experimenting because I want to reduce my meat intake, you know, for ethical reasons and, you know, financial stuff. And Lep said they had been trying a few different things and they finally settled on TVP. And they basically gave a sales pitch for it. They were like, you know, I've been playing with ratios. They gave this whole rundown on their experience and why they settled on TVP and why they recommended it for people to try it. And I read it and I was like, you know what? You've sold me. I was like, I also, like, I've thought for years, the idea of, like, vegetarianism sounds nice both for moral and financial reasons, but also it's just so difficult for me to like want to cook things and stuff, and meat is definitely convenient. But at any rate, and like I'm used to it. A big thing is I'm used to it, right? So anyway, so then I was like, all right, well, we'll look into this, and then we eventually found some. Well, we eventually ordered it online because we weren't finding it in stores. We were like, when we find it in a store, we'll get it. And we kept checking different grocery stores when we went to them, and they kept either being out or our missing crate. We found it. Oh, what a good day! Wow, it was like right across from there. Nice. Anyway, so after not finding it in a bunch of stores, we finally ordered it online. And it was only like $25 for these 4 pretty large packages of it that we got, which we are still using even though we use it every time we make ground beef. So we functionally turn every pound we prep, like we make 1 pound of ground beef, but we functionally turn it into almost 2 pounds of protein. Like, not quite 2 pounds. We don't quite do half and half, but like 1.7 maybe, like definitely over 1.5. But that's about however much it is. And so like it's nice because like all of that, whatever we made the beef for, just goes farther. That's more meals we get out of it. Torny has a lot of like cooking issues, so anytime we can have like So, like when we make, like the manwich or something, that's dinner, and then it's leftovers for like a day or two for lunches. Like we both tend to prefer leftovers to be lunch foods instead of dinner foods. But and then the other thing being that the TVP is so much filling. Like having some food that you made with ground beef is good, and it might be filling, but having food that you make that has a mixture of ground beef and TVP is significantly more filling. Like I will feel much more full if I use TVP in it. Like noticeably so. Like I'm aware of how much food I eat in a lot of cases, and I'm like, dang, this is nice. So. Tend to order online for TVP, bulk order, sounds like it works. Yeah, and it's shelf stable. I'm not gonna lie, prior to Lep talking about this, I had actually been talking to Torny about trying to find canned beef. Because it's a thing outside of the US commonly, but in the US for some reason we don't really have like canned beef. But I was like, I would just like more shelf-stable things that, like, when I want to cook something I can and not need to go to the store. Like, the problem with leg issues is I don't want to go grocery shopping regularly. And I don't want to order groceries all the time because, I'm fine with ordering groceries, like, once a week or every 2 weeks. I don't want to order them multiple times a week. But I don't always know what I'm going to want. So, like, the ideal thing would be, like, pick up stuff after work. But I don't have the leg energy to pick stuff up after work. So, like, having a lot of shelf-stable things is really, really important to me. But yeah, TVP basically doesn't go bad. Like, it comes, like, it's fully dehydrated, and it's in sealed Ziplocs that are, like, good. So, is it denser or chewier? So TVP is like softer. Like I wouldn't say it's chewier. It's definitely not chewier, and it's definitely not denser. Like, because it's not thicker.
Honestly, I don't really notice a difference.
Yeah.
I tend to put the rehydrated TVP into the beef as I am browning it so that they cook together.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a difference, you'll find it, but not really. Yeah,
so what we do, I mean, I look for different recommendations on what to do, and honestly, we don't do any of the ones I saw, for the most part. I think one thing mentioned it, what I do, but I don't remember what. We put the amount of TVP we want into a glass measuring cup. And then, so I usually do a half cup, right?
I mean, I've started just eyeballing it.
Okay, but we'll still put it in the same cup. The point is, because now we add more. And stuff. The point is, we put so much in like a glass measuring cup, and then fill water until the water meets where it is, and then microwave that for like 30 seconds. Not very much, just so that like it starts to kind of absorb. And then we dump that into the beef, like, as we're browning it. And then just mix it all together, and they all cook together. Literally, I don't notice any difference for what we make and stuff. Torny also is very good at, like, making ground beef very, like, well ground. Oh, whoa, GG to who just released. So Torny makes ground beef, like, really finely ground. If you were to make ground beef less finely ground, if you were to, like, have it kind of chunkier, then your end result would probably be, like, quote-unquote softer, like the mixture, because you're gonna get this more finely ground bits, which is gonna be the TVP, with the chunkier bits.
SMH, I can't believe you made me think they released when they didn't.
Well, a ton of checks just got sent out.
Yeah, they didn't release.
Well, okay, it was a ton of checks. I thought it was a release. It was a release, like a good release of checks.
I don't know what ship sanity is in Stardew, but apparently it can send out a lot of checks at once.
I see. But yeah, I don't know. I would try it. Like, Gordo, I absolutely think it's worth. Like if you can find a bag in person, the bags of it in person are only like $6 or something like that, and it's $6 for this bag that will last a bunch of like uses. Like, you will get a ton of uses out of it. If you don't get it in person, then yeah, you can get it online, and it comes in like a four pack online, and it's like, I want to say $20 when I bought it. I don't know if that's still the case, but we bought it literally a year ago and are still using our supply. We actually are using, I think, our second bag.
No, third. We're on for third. I think. Maybe it's second? I haven't checked.
I think it's the second, and it's our last, because we gave 2 of the bags away. It's our second bag, I'm pretty sure. Unless we didn't give one to the mothers, but we did give one to your mother.
We didn't give her one of ours.
Yes, we did. Oh, we bought one.
How would we give her one?
Because we brought it?
No, we didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that we brought it.
Oh. No,
what do you mean, how would you give... We would do it by bringing one. That's how we would do that.
No, I remember us going shopping.
I forgot that we bought
there.
it. I know this. I understand now. I'm just saying, I thought that we brought it, and then I remembered that we didn't, but then you said, how would we have done it? And I'm like, well, how would have been by bringing it, which is what I thought that we did. I love you.
I love you too.
At any rate. Yeah. It lasts a really long time. Like, the point, $20 of TVP has lasted us well over a year, and it has been turning 1 pound of ground beef into over a pound and a half, somewhere between a pound and a half and a pound and 3/4 every time. And it's all just more filling. Like, it's just, there's so many upsides, and, you know, like, I don't know. I definitely just feel like it is nice. It's definitely a nice thing to have. Some items are player locked. Oh, Stardew. See. Sends out checks when the day ends. Oh, I see. The biggest thing I try to communicate to people about why comparing weight between beef and TVP is misleading, because beef cooks down so much and TVP doesn't. That's true. So I guess that's another thing, is like we are probably getting like double the amount of beef in the end. Wonder if there's a non-soy equivalent. The last I looked into it, which was now a while back, I don't know if there was a non-soy equivalent of TVP exactly. I mean, there's certainly non-soy versions of like meaty things, but like, I don't know, like some sort, like finding something that would still be a dehydrated, like all of the advantages of TVP. I don't know if there's like a consumer level thing to get. Alright, let's see here. Where do we have checks? Oh. We are finally almost done with our tie checks. There's a few checks left. So there's the shipwrecks check, which I don't really want to get. It's just to collect 300 opals. So unless somebody ends up hinting and needs that check, I don't think I'm going to get it. We're just going to ignore it. We're going to pretend it doesn't exist. Because that's the level that I couldn't find the last few opals, and I don't want to just go do an opal hunt there again. Liar, liar, pants on fire. We're missing a glide? Is liar, liar, pants on fire? Yeah. We're missing the gantry glide. I don't know what that means.
Oh, this rainforest is home to some.
Okay, you don't give me a hit. There's a map. Oh, the map kind of gives me a hint. Did we do the time attack? Oh, we did. No, I already did this. I already did it. Wow, I hate that we can miss those. Terrible. Terrible. Can I exit this? No, I can only exit the whole level. I don't want to exit the whole level. Wow. Amazing.
Too slow, bro.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Too slow, bro. Well, meat substitute. I also like the idea of meat containing dishes where meat isn't the start. Yes. Agreed.
Howdy hoo! The name's Lenny. Lenny the Lyrebird. Ooh, we have got some trouble in this dusty old desert.
Don't you mean rainforest?
Yeah, rainforest, that's right, sure. Anyway, Boss Cass has kidnapped Princess Orchid. I'll show you where she's being held captive. Follow me, if you know what I mean. Come on, jump in here. Follow me and do as I say. Jump to the other side. Jump to the other side.
Oh, wait. The area is behind? Hold on.
And do as I say.
Hold on. Wait, do I need to fall in this? I never fell in this. Is this like a thing? No, that takes me back to the beginning. My nutrition goal has been to increase my protein intake, so that's why this conversation piqued my interest. I'm sad so much non-meat protein is so in your body doesn't like it. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That's... like... kind of feel like... I mentioned this before. I can't eat, like, a lot of rice, things. I can eat rice itself, with no issues. And... Oh, we're not supposed to be here. Interesting. I can't eat rice noodles. Rice noodles and rice wrappers, like, cause me to be violently ill. Fried rice wrappers don't. Something about frying them makes it not happen. Presumably fried rice noodles, but I don't know if there's ever time you fry rice noodles. I don't know. So, like, I can't eat pho. Like, I used to have my roommates years ago used to love going out for pho. And I was like, yeah, I tried. I was like, maybe. The first time I thought maybe it was in my head. I was like, gosh, this seems like the same thing I have when I eat rice wrapper stuff. And then, so we don't get another time, same exact thing, like different place and everything. It's like, oh yeah, every single time I have the rice noodles. Any dish I've had rice noodles, like honestly. I'm like, alright, well, It's the same exact reaction I have when I have the rice wrappers. So I'm like, okay, well, it's something. Something about how those get made just makes me violently sick. But we did find a place that actually did like decent ramen and then also did pho. So we ended up when we were roommates, we ended up going there because I would get ramen and they would get pho. But yeah, so like I get it. Not being able to like having a food that's like obviously soy is significantly more common than rice product things. That definitely sucks. Seitan, it's really good. People making it shelf stable. Nice. I've probably had it, but I can't recall off the top of my head. Just did my Vietnamese food. So, Bjorno, you posting about Vietnamese sandwiches, somewhat recently, has made me really want to try. I've never had, like a Vietnamese sandwich. I think mostly because I've only really gone out for, like, Vietnamese food, with the intent of, like, roommates that wanted pho. So I've never and like, so I kind of associated Vietnamese, like, food places with just pho. And, like, I've never gone for anything else. I have zero knowledge about other foods and stuff. And so, like, I've been wanting to try. I'm like, part of me is a little worried, and my worry is entirely because, like, I'm like, well, I don't know, the only Vietnamese food I have experience with is the one that makes me very sick. But, like, obviously, I know that the cause of that is a thing that would have nothing to do with a sandwich. So I'm like, And I love sandwiches. So I don't know. I wanna go try sandwiches at some point. Where is this? It's not like down here now. That's it. Hold on. Don't we already have that? Oh, I think that's showing. We already collected that specifically one. That's not the check that I'm missing. Well, for winter, I do not know how to pronounce this. Boon? I'm gonna say Boon. My guess is Boon. For summer, and Bon Me for handheld. Ah, yes, handheld. My favorite season. I love handheld. It's funny because I don't actually hold very many foods. I mentioned this before. Like, I eat a lot of handheld foods. I eat with a fork and knife because I prefer eating things with a fork and knife overall. Like, I eat pizza with a fork and knife, and I will sometimes eat burgers with a fork and knife. It depends on the burger. If it's small enough to just hold, I'll just hold it. Because the bun makes my hands not get all messy. But if it's a really big burger, there's a really good chance I'm going to eat it with a fork and knife. Or, at the very least, I'm going to cut it into, like, thirds or something. And then I kind of, like, eat it weird, but... You just zooming. This boy zooming.
You do be kind of zooming.
Gosh, I need like a quarter of that energy.
Follow me and do as I say.
The same flavor coverage as traditional Western sandwich. Ooh, okay. So it's not like drastic. Wait, I think what you're saying is it's not gonna be drastic like this is a completely different flavor profile kind of thing. Like there's a lot of foods where you go to have it and it's like a very like a lot of Korean foods like it's a very different flavor profile if you're not like used to that. I think we already did this, but I don't remember. Okay, yeah, we've already done this. What is a gantry? I think...
This water slide is pretty dangerous. Hey, wait right here. Yeah, right there. Don't move.
To be fair, I don't think he was lying about it being dangerous. There's like a lot of debris on this that you can run into and then take a lot of damage. I just already broke it with my face earlier.
Follow me and do as I say.
Instead of lettuce, tomato, pickle, you have pickled cucumber and carrot, which feel the same crunchy, fresh, sour taste, but in different direction. I see. Okay. So then question, if I don't like pickles on a sandwich. So, I guess, well...
You're wrong.
Well, I don't like pickles on a sandwich, but I do like banana peppers, or, pepperoncinis. I like pepperoncinis on a sandwich, which do still have like the vinegary note. Do you like sweet or half pickles? In situations, yeah. Maybe Maybe I'd be okay with those ones, yeah. I think I can't remember the last time I had a pickle on a sandwich, because I remember not liking pickles on a sandwich. Like, I remember being surprised that pickles were on a sandwich once, and finding it really unpleasant. So, for all I know, it was the surprise of the pickles being on a sandwich that made me find it unpleasant. I don't actually know anymore. I like pickles on a burger. I love pickles on a burger. I used to do this fun game called every time I ordered a burger somewhere, ask them for, and I quote, as many pickles as they're willing to put on the burger. It was really funny to see how different places would like, respond to this. Like, to this date, I posted a picture before. I might have to go find the picture again and post it eventually. To the date, the best one was a Dairy Queen. They literally put, they put so many layers of pickles on it that, like, it looked like there was 2 burger patties. There was, like, 1 meat patty and then 1 pickle patty. And then in a cup, they also gave me, like, one of those little condiment cups that they had also put pickles into. I was so thrilled. I loved that. It was too many pickles. I did take some of the pickles off. I ate the pickles. I ate them all. But...
Wow, fake pickle fan.
Why is this fake pickles? I ate the pickles. I just didn't actually want that. I didn't expect that many on the burger, because most places would not actually do that many on the... Like, most places, that's basically what you had to say to get more than whatever the regular extra pickles was. Like, in years of doing this, like, years of me telling places to just do exactly that. As many pickles as you're willing to put on the burger. I only actually got, like, high amount of pickles twice. Steve! Hello, Steve! Welcome on in. How was your monster hunter? Did you hunt all of the monsters? For those coming in that do not know me, I am Dwarf Woot, aka Dwarf, aka Ryan. You can refer to me however you wish. I do not mind. I'm playing Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger, as part of the Async or Swim Archipelago Randomizer. This game is great. If you've never played Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger, it is a great, like, 20-year-old platformer that got kind of like a remaster on Steam a few years back, and has an archipelago. It's a big collectathon, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie or Spyro or other games that I can't think of the name of. He killed a Raytheon! I know nothing about Monster Hunter, so I don't actually know what that means, but I'm going to assume that that was very good. Congratulations on Raytheon kill. It's a big monster dragon. It took a while. Nice. Very cool. Did not hunt all the monsters, oh no. Now who's gonna run our military-industrial complex? True. But yeah, Steam, if you're ending stream because you gotta go do stuff, don't feel obligated to stay or anything. But anyone that does want to stay, how is it 11? I did 1 level. God, every time I do 1 level in Thai, it takes me so long. It takes me so long to do a single level. I know... I don't know the levels that well. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stay up for another hour. I was gonna say I'm probably gonna play for like until like 11, but it is 11. So I'm probably gonna stay until midnight because I'm not ready to stop playing. I don't understand how. I mean, it definitely was not anyone else. It was literally me wandering around these like levels in Thai because I don't know where the things that I'm missing are. And I don't even think there'd be a, like looking up a guide wouldn't help, because for most of the time when I'm missing something, it's like opals in a crate. Which, like, a guide can just tell me where all of the crates are, but that's a lot. And I probably would need a video guide for it to be meaningful. Shoot, it's almost 1 a.m. Gotta work tomorrow. Alright, Izzy, if you are heading out, I hope you have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. Vertimus, what are you doing? Hold on. Look at him just, like, being the knight. What you doing up there? What you doing up there, Vertimus? He's like, I am the knight. Oh, I've got to lick my leg.
Licking my leg.
The gantry is like an overhead crane thingy. Oh, interesting. So I gotta look for an overhead crane thingy. I shall finish my Stardew and head to bed. Alright. Alright, have a good Stardew. He was doing a burp peak, that's true. I don't remember... I think I got here a different way last time, because I don't remember walking under that before. This doesn't go to another area, I'm pretty sure. Wait! What is this? Do I need the skull? Oh. There must be another clearing of some kind.
Oh, Ty, this is terrible. Boss Cass has stolen all the water.
Well, that's no good.
Indeed. I think these levers could reverse the flow and fill the lake again. We're all counting on you, Ty.
Oh, well, I've done that. I just haven't done it this session.
Here we are!
So I didn't jump to over here, I don't think. Maybe I did. Maybe this was like a... This might have been one of the bill beats, actually. Listen, does Ty even need to be big if all we're doing is wandering around? Wait. Where are we? I think this is it. I think this is the missing spot. I didn't ever jump on there because I didn't see a reason to do so before. Yeah, there we go. We do have arson boomerangs, isn't it great? This is part of why Ty's a great game. Look at these. Look at these flamerangs. They're wonderful. Okay, that was the last thing in this level, so we can actually exit this level. Alright, so we have 4 things in BTBS. 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 Beyond the Black Stuff. This is BTBS. And these will be the last of... Oh! A lot of starting checks went out again.
Welcome to the Snowy Mountains.
Alright. These are the last of our in-logic tie checks, or the ones here. Yeah, I know. I know. You're koala babies. They've been imprisoned.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Eddie, you got Mantis Claw earlier.
Alright, Miss Eagle Eyes, have a good night. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, those are some good pictures.
Hey, there's pictures? What?
Eddie said there were some pictures.
Oh, I somehow missed that message, and I just saw the message about Crystal Heart. One moment, hold on. A precious baby! Oh! Oh! And it looks like she was doing happy paws at some point. Look at the little claw in the baby! Oh my god, those are great pictures!
Here I am. Over here.
I'll have to try and get some good Burton Zag pictures.
Here I am. Here I am.
I can't remember if I posted a picture of Oliver in this one, like, somewhat secluded bed that he's been sleeping in recently. Don't punch me, that's very rude. Here I am. You know what? No repetitious voice clip will ever be as bad as, oh, what was it that he would say? The one from Day of the Tentacle.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Like, I don't know who thought it was. Okay. I mean, you have to constantly at least accept that it was, you know, a very early on game for, like, something that, like, had all the voicing and stuff. So, like, they probably didn't have prior examples of stuff to realize how bad of an idea that was. Like, so, you know, it has that in its defense. But also, it was so bad. It was so very bad. I just feel like somehow in the testing of it, they should have really concluded that that was a bad idea. Like there should have been a playtester that said, you know, I really thinking it's a bad idea that we're just saying, I don't wanna, every time you click on anything. I don't want any cat. No. Speaking of repetitive voice lines, the Sonic Adventure 2 voice shuffle will haunt me for... Does that mean you're not gonna go for that again next time? What? How did I die? I don't know how I died. Okay. Minish, are you gonna be holding off on your voice line shuffle?
I don't know.
You would hold off on it, but I don't wanna. Maybe next time you don't stick it to just single line. I feel like that's where the whole issue is. Single line just seems like a terrible, unfun setting.
I just wish it wasn't so fucking long.
The prototype is still alive, and he's controlling the space colony as it's falling to Earth. He's become one with the space colony, and is determined to keep it on its collision course.
Wait, hold on.
So when does EG get this?
Did you say that again?
Oh no. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So
I should
Tiger,
replace the voice line with...
for context, Minish is playing Sonic Adventure 2, and one of the settings for Sonic Adventure 2 for the randomizer is that you can do like voice line shuffle, so you can shuffle everybody's voice lines with each other. But then it has an additional setting that you can have it pick a single voice line. It'll randomly choose one voice line, and it'll put that voice line every time any voice line is supposed to be said. So then, for all of the voice lines that are supposed to be said when Minish is playing Sonic, it's saying that entire phrase. Like, now granted, you could also
and if
randomly...
if you get enough voice lines in quick succession, they overlap.
Yeah. Like people having a dialogue potentially could overlap and stuff. Like, you can have the voice line be something like Sonic going, "Oh yeah," or something like that, which, you know, would be silly, but probably not as over the top. The fact that it's just, you know, this huge sentence is it.
The prototype is still alive, and he's controlling the space colony as it's falling to Earth. He's become one with the space colony, and is determined to keep it on its collision course.
Perfect.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for redeeming code, boys.
Not that I enabled it, but there's also a similar setting for music shuffle. Where you can just replace all of the music with one single track.
See, I just feel like at that point you might as well like disable me. Like setting all of the music to be the same one track is about as interesting as just like listening to your own song on repeat or something. Like it's not, I don't know, that feels less interesting to me. I mean, I guess there's no harm in adding it if there was no actual cost basically to adding the setting. There's no harm in adding the setting, but using the setting feels unnecessary. Stop right there, criminal scum. I forgot, what am I looking for? The koalas. Okay, so we need all the koalas. We need the wombat rematch, which I think is the time trial. I think this is the level I accidentally left, and I left it while trying to do the time trial, because it was like next to the start, I think. Yes, artsy we are. Next week, next Sunday, as in 1 week from tomorrow.
I think I still have to do stuff for Worldcon. I keep forgetting.
One week from tomorrow is international. Well, it's okay. The day itself was last December 26th, but it is the observance of International Transistor Day, in which everybody is supposed to play Transistor or a different Supergiants game. Because we failed to observe it on the proper day due to scheduling, and then there was just more and more scheduling issues. So, next Sunday, we will be playing, we will be finishing our second playthrough of Transistor, because I technically did start it after I finished my first playthrough.
Just to get that
But we will be continuing our second playthrough of it. Should play Transistor? Yeah, you should. Next Sunday. I mean, I guess alternatively you technically could play it a different day, but I mean, so here's the thing. The official observance day is December 26th. But any day will work. I'm going to be playing it next Sunday. Because that's the day I've chosen to observe the day because of scheduling reasons. It was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, but then I got scheduled to work on a day I don't normally work. No, you don't need to... As far as I'm aware, Transistor is a standalone game. It was not their first game, to my knowledge, but it's not like a sequel to anything. Also, yes, it would be Eddie's first playthrough. Eddie has not played it yet. I wonder if Bastion had faster character speed, I wonder if I would have been able to play it. My issue with Bastion was 100% that I did not enjoy playing it. I really enjoyed... I watched Minish play Bastion, because I really enjoyed a lot of things with Bastion, but I personally did not enjoy playing it. Your first one dwarf does second. It's true. It's true. There could be lots of international. The delayed observance. What was it? I think Bjorto said it. Yeah, International Transistor Day observed rescheduled day.
Oh yeah,
that could be
observed, rescheduled.
Yeah, that could be very. It's basically its own. Yes, have a good sleep. I hope your church day goes well tomorrow. I hope. Oh, whoops. Goodbye. Yeah. I hope all the stuff's been going well recently.
G'day, Ty.
Quit running. Why are you running? Come back here. Stop it. What? Can I freeze you? I wonder if we're supposed to... No. No. Yeah. Freeze the child. No, okay, we can't freeze the child. Clobber the child with boomerangs. The first time we did this, we just randomly caught the child. I have no idea what we actually did. I wasn't even chasing. We just had the child. Are we just supposed to, cut it? Oh, yeah, we're just supposed to cut it off. I think the last time I approached it backwards and it just ran into me.
Listen here, Booney. What you did today was very irresponsible. You could have worried Sheila sick, let alone me.
I'm sorry.
So you should be. Now, I hear you've got something to give out.
Alright, child, now that I've lectured you, we do actually want what you went and got, and I am going to steal it from you. I'm gonna tell you, you shouldn't have gone to get that, but we did need it, and I'm gonna need it from you. Just a wee bit of the stealing it from you. It's okay. I don't think there's any laws against stealing from children. That's not true. There literally are. Like with whole movie industry stuff. You have been very bad, albeit for our benefit, but your punishment is that you will not benefit from risking your own life, but I will. Not you, me. I want that. That's alright. Now, see, this is what happens. When you're naughty, when you've done bad things, I get the benefit. Remember that in the future. Like... These green blobs are the green opal. I think these are thunder opals is what they're called in the game. Different regions have different opals you collect. And then you turn the opals in for, I think a thunder egg in each level. We don't need to collect them in this level. I've already collected all of them before for this level. What I haven't done is I haven't gotten Golden Cog 2, and I have not gotten the Koala Crisis. I didn't finish collecting all of the koalas while I was here last time. Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger, and the Chaos Opals. It's true. They're like emeralds, but there are a lot of them. Like, so many, for real. Like, there's just so very many of them. Beavers! Hey, beavers. I'm doing all right. I'm trying to get my the last of my checks in time that are available. That way tomorrow I can do other games. Tomorrow I will probably do my Doom checks and then go into Noita checks, because I've got only like one level is available in Doom, but like that's very quick, so I can just do a quick little dooming. Where's Vinage when we need a doom? Doom. 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 I don't think any of the koala kids were trapped out here. I don't really want to jump down here.
Coward.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if I jump down here because the there's a warp back to up here. I guess slow. Oh god, and if I forget to press the hover button. If you go too long without pressing the glide button, then you're not allowed to glide. Very tempted to enable customized equipment option when it. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking it would be funny that as an Easter egg, to like essentially record like silence, like if there hasn't been any messages in a long enough time, just do. Oh, well, that was just one of the cogs we were missing. Okay. So that was 2 checks, because that was the cog, plus that was the check for all cogs in the level. I said this yesterday, but I'm gonna say it again today. I love that Tai has winter levels without the forced Christmassy music, which, I mean, to be clear, I think is just because, like, Christmas in Australia is like a summertime thing, so. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Where's the stopwatch? Stopwatch missing. Interesting. Wombat rematch. Wait, do I need to do... I might need to think again. I need to take a short little break. I'm going to be right back. I'm not going to be going that much longer, but I might as well kill pre-rolls, because I'm going to be gone for probably like 2 minutes, so... I will be back. In just a little bit. Okay, we back. Welcome back, mermaid. How's it going? It's going well. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. We have orange cream water. With some of this orange cream water. Yeah, we back. We back.
G'day, Cobber. Those rotten thrills are lighting fires all over the place. That's irresponsible.
Well, we've already done this. I don't think this is Solar System. There's a rematch. Wombat rematch, but this isn't a wombat. Listen. We're not exactly machine gunning. First of all, this is just a very fancy snowball shooter. We're shooting snowballs, and we're shooting them at, like evil. These are fire starters, but not the good fire starters. These are not good arson people. They're trying to light like trees in a forest. These are the bad arson people. We're shooting snowballs at the bad arson people until they're dead. And we can see their spirits leaving their body. So we're just gonna have to... Yeah. You know. Yeah, if you're gonna arson, please arson responsibly. You gotta arson things that have it coming. Yeah, arson up, not down. Exactly. Exactly.
You beauty. You showed those thrills a thing or two.
You should arson
You know
responsibly.
what, mate?
It's true.
I want to make you an honorary ranger. I don't have a spare badge on me, but I do have this funny rock I found earlier.
Bonza!
Guided missile battery to fend off space monkeys. Perfect. Okay, just to make sure you don't have a second quest for me, right? Because I don't know why. One of the things I'm missing in this level is called a rematch. I'm like, who would I rematch? Can't like jump up to this. No. Okay.
Oh, you're a dead-set legend with that snowball launcher, mate.
Okay, no, you don't let me rematch. Just say D's, probably. I could believe that people in Thai say D's. Is there a reason why we don't say 11D1? Probably. Gonna be a big girl and put my ass to bed. Alright, Tiger. Have a good night. Hope you sleep well. I didn't exclamation point med check, but on my break, I did go take my meds. Speaking of bed, if you have a daily med that you need to take, if you haven't taken it yet, here's a reminder. Don't forget to take your meds. I took my weekly meds earlier today. I see. It was only like a week off. Was it a week? 2 or 3. Well, okay. 2 or 3 days late probably isn't a big deal. I don't know. I don't actually personally know with most weekly meds how much it matters if it's off by a bit. I would guess it can't be that big of a deal. Like, so with daily meds, it depends on the medication. With daily meds, there's some where, like, you really want to be ideally within, like, 2 or 3 hours. Like, mostly it's a consistency thing. Like you want to regularly, because otherwise the levels of the med can vary, like, significantly. But I feel like with weekly meds, there's just no way. There's no way they can possibly be, like, you know, on the dot on the week, right? Like, surely it's expected that there's quite a bit of margin of error. That's due to the half-life of the medicine supposed to be absorbed over the course of the week, and you don't want the concentration too high. Yeah, probably. That. Yeah, I would definitely imagine. I don't know. I've never looked into it. It's not really within my scope to, like, know a lot of these things. But, I have to learn about them. I've just never learned about this. You're gonna get chopped. You're gonna get chopped. Somebody get chopped. Okay, this is where, like, the side path was that goes into the little hole. Yeah, we've been down there. You need shots of the two that you want on, like, the right day or close to it for those reasons, yeah. Okay, we need 2 more koalas. I don't know if I ever went down in this water. I don't see anything in this water. Like, was there a secret tunnel? If there was, I didn't see it.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we're gonna go find the secret tunnel. We apparently missed. We missed the secret tunnel. Oh, it's not a million miles away. It's right over here. That looked like it took us really far, but it really just took us a really roundabout way. We just came from right here. It took us a really, really, like, scenic route to a very not far away thing. Secret tunnel was in the water? I don't think I saw secret tunnel in the water. Secret tunnel. My guess is that whatever the thing that looked like secret tunnel was, it was... Dang. It was in the water. Dang. That's okay. Okay. Not there. We're missing one child, and then whatever wombat rematches. Are you hiding a child over here? Any children? What? Oh, that's how I died earlier, huh? For some reason, that is counting as there being, like... Right, there must be, like, a bad hitbox or something. Because we did not touch a fire, but it counted as us touching a fire. Okay, we already hopped up there from somewhere else. Okay. This is the last of the children. Okay. Let's go turn in that quest, which actually, you take us really close to there, so we'll just take this again. Ah. Yes, all children. Found all children.
You did it! Thanks again, Ty. By the way, little Kiki found this in a log. I know you collect them, so it's all yours.
Wicked!
Okay. Ah, okay, and this...
Let's you and me race, brah. Betcha thunder egg you can't beat me.
Okay. I don't know why I can't freeze rang him. I have freeze rangs. He should be very freeze rangable. Imagine, though, if you were a snowboarder and you literally lost a race to somebody on foot who's not even running that fast. Like, we're not Sonic. Not even remotely close to Sonic. We're just kind of casually strolling here. Hey, you pushed me out of the way. That's rude. I'm talking about how I wish I could freeze you, but, you know, whatever. It's rude to push me out of the way. I hate rings as a mandatory thing in any of the like race kind of games or stuff like this. I'm fine with going to an end goal, and I like that the rings tell you where to go. But I think it's more interesting.
I did it!
We
You
won.
got lucky as all. But fair is fair. Next time I'll beat you.
You literally will not. But I feel like it's more interesting to have like rings as like a signposty thing, like, oh, this is a route you can take, but then let people go whatever route they want to take. Which, I mean, I guess that's the whole premise of what's that game that came out a few years ago that got really well, like, it was really well received. Oh dang. What is it called? Oh my gosh, it's like a first-person platformer. It has like very like anime dialogue conversation bits, which are like a huge turnoff to a lot of people, but they still like the game a lot because the gameplay is supposed to be so good. Neon White, yes, thank you, Bjorko. Creeper's more effective than Breeze, yeah. Old games with only the rings, yeah. I mean, this is an old game. This game is like 20 years old. But yeah, one of the reasons I eventually kind of want to play Neon White is because, I mean, it was so well received for that basically that exact idea. It's like, alright, you can go this way and do really well, but like that's just a suggestion, you know. All right, well, that was actually the last check. We technically, as you might see from the little tracker text on the right, we do have one more check in tie before we're technically BK'd in tie. I am not getting that check unless somebody hints it. Like, if somebody hints something and it ends up being at that check, we'll do it then. But when there's like a 90% chance that it's an ice trap, I'm not gonna go and scour that world for opals to find an ice trap. I refuse. Like, just I refuse. Only if it gets hinted. Alright. Who's doing stuff? That does mean it is time for me to wrap up and actually head to bed. Who is doing a things? Ice traps are useful, that's true. And it is funny. It's also funny to send Minish rockets to the face. Like, there's a lot of very funny things to send people. I just don't want to spend time doing it. Kerr is on day 8, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what the title means, but Kerr is doing Rain World DLC right now. Ender is doing Dark Souls. No Soul Day 2. I don't know what that means. Dungeon Crawler with more traps than items. Yeah. Dungeon Crawler Archie was pretty good. I really hope that we do get another, like, an update for the current one. I don't know, like, the other one was good, and I feel really bad that, like, they finished it in, like, a couple of days after it was finished. The big update that, like, changed how the game works, like, fundamentally came out. Like, you can down patch to play it, but I am hoping. They haven't really said what their plan is. So, I mean, they kind of said that they don't want to provide instructions for down patching. They would rather update the Archie, but since they haven't really talked about when they would want to do that, my guess is that they want to wait for it to not be likely to change again. Yeah. Like, realistically, it makes the most sense to wait until the game's not in, like, early access. And like, we just have no idea what the Clawler devs are planning right now. I think we'll go over to Ender. Since Ender appears to be doing a challenge no soul use run. Ender streams are pretty comfy. They're pretty chill. And yeah, he has a tuber made by Torny, so you know that's pretty cool. Anyway, have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow. I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna be doing Archie all day tomorrow. I normally would work tomorrow, but for reasons I don't work tomorrow, so I have tomorrow off. So I mean, I'm probably just going to be doing my other Archie checks. I'm thinking I'm gonna start with Doom, and then I'm gonna do Noita. If we actually catch up on all of our Archie checks, then probably Vanilla Noita. I don't know. Come watch EG Essentials. I will probably have it on, maybe. Solid, probably, maybe. Oh god, 6 a.m. I will not have it on. That is a lie. I have lied. Okay, have a good night. Bye.